All right, guys, I wanted to make this video just a quick moment to address something. Now, I'm not saying this is happening, first of all. This is what other people are speculating and alleging, but you can go ahead and go look at this. The DoD enters agreement to expand domestic lithium mining for U.S. battery supply chains. People are thinking this is a Maui Part 2. People are thinking that this is a Maui Part 2, what's happening in certain areas of North Carolina because of their certain minerals, in particular lithium there. I'm just going to play a couple videos. I'm just putting it out there into the ether, into the internet. You guys go ahead, do more research. I thought it was a little interesting. I mean, we've been seeing so many videos, and I've been posting so many videos on here showing how FEMA is responding, not responding. We spoke with Dennis, a guy from Asheville who had to escape, who saw locals helping. Everybody's talking about how the locals are helping, using their private helicopters to go. They're being told to stand down, but they're going anyway. And there's just a lot of weird stuff going down. 5 months ago, this video came out on the local news in North Carolina.
Is one step closer to making its Gaston County mining operation a reality. The company says North Carolina has approved its mining permit, but the biggest hurdle to get the project over the finish line could still be on the horizon. WCNC Charlotte's Destiny Richards joins us now, and Destiny, neighbors say they have some real concerns.
And it's like out of a movie, you know, big corporation comes into small town. Small town says, no, we don't want you here. Big corporation has billions, but still the people win because their voices are heard until somebody within the government or within the local community turns their back on the community to help out the corporation by doing something shady. That way the corporation can get in there and get the minerals. Meanwhile, the locals are going to have to go elsewhere. No, but seriously, I mean, this is a reality that's anyway, this is real news right here.
Yeah, Piedmont Lithium is promising hundreds of jobs and billions of dollars in economic impact, but there are people living in Gaston County who are worried about the mine's impact on the environment. Now, people living here in Cherryville have been fighting against plans for a lithium mine for years. They say those pushing back are part of a silent majority, afraid to say anything publicly because of the money Piedmont Lithium brings into the town. The company's CEO, Keith Phillips, released a statement yesterday saying it plans to develop Carolina Lithium as one of the lowest cost, most sustainable lithium hydroxide operations in the world and as a critical part of the American electric vehicle supply chain. There are several steps left before the mine can begin operation, but some people worry it's a done deal for Gaston County.
Environmentally, I just don't feel like it's good for us. They've done so much investment now that I think that it's going to go through.
And Piedmont Lithium tells us there are still other permits left to obtain, and it also needs to file a rezoning petition still with Gaston County before the mine can officially open.
And then you have people on TikTok making videos like this.
North Carolina does not sit well with me. I think something's going on. So I decided to do some digging. So the first thing I find out is North Carolina has the richest deposits of lithium in the entire world. Yeah, lithium for like cars, batteries, all that. Then I find out they have the world's highest purity quartz deposits. And that quartz just so happens to be the world's supply for AI chips, microchips, and all kinds of stuff. We're talking a $530 billion industry. So this is where it gets interesting. So a company by the name of Piedmont Lithium is awaiting a state mining permit for a site in northern Gaston County. And Gaston County is completely flooded right now. The project was awaiting zoning approval because they were getting backlash from the residents and also city officials. And this lithium mine they want would be the third largest producer of lithium in the world. And they made a deal with Tesla already. Now remember the quartz? So in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, right next to Ashland, they are wanting to expand their mines even larger. And the residents aren't having it either. Enter the floods. People, these are mountain towns. It rarely, if not ever, floods in the mountains. I would know, I grew up in the mountains in Colorado, which means none of these people have flood insurance. I mean, the media is saying biblical devastation in North Carolina, AKA like the worst thing that could happen, and you're not coming back from it. Read between the lines, people. Everything happens for a reason.
Says shit that one of the areas affected by Hurricane Helene is the world's largest lithium deposit, and the DoD just entered into an agreement with this company right here to mine lithium for electric cars starting in 2025. Now that area is completely devastated. This is a $90 million agreement between the DoD and this company right here to get Kings Mountain, North Carolina lithium mine up and running by 2030. If that area has been inundated, is in a disaster zone, then the government can come in and do eminent domain, and they can pay you what it was worth 5 years ago rather than what it's worth right now. Imagine that your home has turned into a watery lot and the government comes to you and says, hey, I'll pay you what you paid for it. You're gonna take it and you're gonna go, right? What do you think's gonna happen right here now that they want this lithium mine up and running by 2025, 2030 at the latest? Back in 1947, we had the Florida-Georgia hurricane, or Hurricane 9, and it was the first hurricane to be targeted for weather modification. What happened was General Electric's, the US Navy, the Army, the Air Force, they poured dry ice into this hurricane using airplanes to see what would happen. Would they slow it down? Well, what happened was it slowed down a little bit, but it turned west really sharp. Let me show you. This is the path that the hurricane took in 1947. Does it look similar to you? Probably not. It's a coincidence, right? Moving on. I'm sure this is just another coincidence, but do you know who owns the most shares in that lithium mine? BlackRock and Vanguard.
No time to waste here. Did you know that the United States has multiple patents on how to steer and control hurricanes and tornadoes? Yes, this is very real and it's backed by sources, as well as our own NOAA website, which discusses weather manipulation and what steps you or I would have to take in order to do our own weather manipulation. My friends, this is no joke. Many people believe that weather manipulation was used for Hurricane Helene, then somehow coincidentally stalled over the rare lithium producing towns of Western North Carolina, which is the exact location of the largest lithium deposit we have in the United States. Now, something to keep in mind while moving forward, ever since we left Afghanistan, we have lost the ability to mine lithium there, where most of it used to come from. Now we are stuck having to fill this insane demand we have for this lithium right here in the United States. Once again, the largest deposit being right over the towns that just got completely destroyed by this hurricane. Alright, so before I tie this all up with this lithium situation, this video you're looking at right now went super viral over the last few days. We have over 3 million views on this clip here, where we are talking about these weird anomalies that were taking place right before landfall of Hurricane Helene. There's a lot of controversy about what's going on here, but these things pointed directly to where we saw landfall. Not only that, but we saw some weird scalar looking beams in there, a lot of weird stuff that we were breaking down, and it's causing a lot of talk about this situation, which is the point here. We've already established that weather manipulation exists, but I want you to take a look at this website from 2007, my friends. That's 17 years ago. And it came out from the Telegraph. It says, "Scientists a step closer to steering hurricanes." Now, in this article, they explain how they are using technology in order to control, manipulate, and steer these types of storms, including tornadoes. So when you take things like this, and you also add these patents that have been out for decades, you begin to see a picture being painted of what is really going on. Now, this isn't to say that every bit of weather is manipulated and controlled. It means that they have the capability of doing this, and it's right in your face. Now, I can't say for sure that Hurricane Helene was controlled by this type of technology, but it certainly looked like it was, and it certainly did epic, record-breaking damage that we have not seen in any of our lifetimes. So this will come down to you making your own conclusions and taking the data and making your own educated decisions on what you're seeing. We are in a place in history where it's almost impossible to be able to trust our own media or government, and I don't need to go over explanations on why that is. So now that we have all these steps in place, think about the situation as a whole. This wild hurricane comes barreling towards Florida, and we suspected that once this thing got close to land, it would rapidly intensify, and that's exactly what it did. And in my opinion, the reason that happened is because once it got close enough to our NEXRAD radar towers, it was then able to be influenced, as I've shown in many videos. tornadoes. All right, now finally, I just want to conclude with this. 1 year ago, almost to the day, as you can see in this article, North Carolina lithium mine to reopen with $90 million Pentagon order to help increase U.S. production. My friends, if this is not screaming to you right now, I don't know what else can. Just take a look at how much lithium we've used year to year up to 2024, and then once again ask yourself, what are the chances that this flood takes place in the biggest spot in the United States that we can even mine this stuff? My friends, the information's there, it's been there, and if you don't go check it out now, it might not be there forever. I appreciate you all. I'm praying for every single person affected by this storm. What we are seeing out there is absolute tragedy, and it seriously makes my heart break. All right, everyone, until the next video, I will talk to you all very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Damn. All right, that's enough internet for me today, folks. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and go to Off Topic Show on the link tree, or go to stayhighlypositive.com. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go. That's too much of a rabbit hole for me today. There's a lot more questions, and I honestly don't know if we're ever gonna get any answers. Ugh.